Hello everybody, it's me, SRC Guy, formerly known as Jenkins, coming at you with the newest iteration of BreakArts. BreakArts 3, a world set in the third environment of the DVR universe. Basically, it's as you say, it is the third installment of the franchise. There's nothing much to it. Alright, so let's go ahead and dive right in. First, starting up the game, you'll be met with the start screen with a bunch of pre-recorded videos made by the beta testers. Thank you guys for finding all the bugs and glitches for us. Moving past that, you go into the main menu, which is a very neat, simple design, with the main point of interest being on your mech, or architect as I call them. Going to play games mode, here you can find all sorts of things, including score attack. Here you have 5 different challenges that you can actually pit yourself against other players around the world, while also going into BreakArts Grand Prix. From there on, you have exactly normal mode, which I already completed, and then hard mode, which is a very nice challenge if you fancy yourself that kind of player. From here on, you can also have the ease of access to loading to any kind of architecture that you already made in the past, which gives you about 10 pages worth of 30 slots each, not including the presets, by the way. Very nice. Moving forward, we'll be meeting into the Play Games Multiplayer tab, where you can go into creating sessions at 5 different regions, all of which you have 3 different game modes: Racing, Battle, and Battle Racing, with very different types of mats and very different types of options you can set yourself, including temperature, energy, with all sorts of different maps that come accompanying with said game modes. Moving forward into multiplayer station, we also have a co-op kind of thing going on here, though I never had the chance to test it out because I haven't found anybody willing to try it with me, but c'est la vie. Moving forward, we're going into machine design. From there on, we have a basics of upper frame and lower frame. From there on, we can offset, also do any racing plugins, EC plugins, or override plugins. From there on, we can also have tabs for installing any kind of parts you can think of, from armor, heat management, energy systems, radars, thrusters, physics, specials, weapons, joints, ornaments, and of course sub-assemblies, which you can also preload parts that are put together. Again, you give an extensive amount of slots to put it into, save into. Moving forward, we can also set up all kinds of things on your modules and your weapon emitters. You can also set them up to trigger any kind of action that you do, which going forward goes into motions. From there on, we have different kinds of movement: aerial movement, jump, landing, recovery, and of course attack using your left arm or your right arm, or triggering your left arm to activate your right arm, or vice versa, which is very nice. You can also activate or deactivate your kicks. I like my kicks, thank you very much. Again, we can also go into movement whenever we use our actions, depending on whatever you want. It also depends on what the kind of situation demands. So if you're creative on the fly, you can use that. Again, we also have miscellaneous poses, idle animations, which is a very nice taste of giving character to your mech, along with victory poses. Also very nice. And we also have paint tab, which you can color both very extensive color coordination of main parts, sub parts, mechanic parts, accent, lighting, and more than not flexible parts, which you won't see a lot of. But another thing you can also customize is your heat. If you overheat yourself, you can at least add a little bit of touch of color to it. That way it's just not so bland. Anyways, you can also do the same thing with subpalettes, or you can customize each model to be a main or a subpalette. And you can also again save your designs here and whatever kind of slot you can think of. Anyways, going into diorama creation, from here on you can create different kinds of very nice photo places, from lighting, tile, title, subtitle, if you want to think of. I mean, look at that water, it's very nice, very awesome, love it. Of course, we have the bland, and then we have very nice grass. Please touch grass. Anyways, we also have different types of loading objects, depending if you want to architecture, anything like that. And you can also save all these photo picture places, for example, this is my submission to the artist contest. It's very simple. I call this one reflection. But moving forward, let's see what we also got here. We also have the machine design diorama. Now, you can create a machine with no limits whatsoever. However, you won't be able to use it in the game. You can only use it in the diorama. So you can make as big as a creation as you want. Anyways, moving forward, we also have credits, and then also going into the options where you can customize your game as you see fit. Right now I have auto attack off, cornering assistance off, and off course assistance off. And I'm also casual design mode off. I don't know why off course assistance was on, but anyways, going back, miscellaneous, and getting quit. That's all there is to it. Now, alright, looking on the roadmap for things to come, BreakArts 3 has a continued development so far, and this is like week 3 of the game. I want to say that the developer is very hard at work trying to get things together, and he will continue to add things later on down the line, so we will expect good things to come. Now, however, I wouldn't say there's not their flaws. See, there has been a few other issues that might require some readjustments later on when it comes to balancing, as to pertaining the pinwheel incident that we all faced, along with other exploits and some other glitches when we come into the map, along with loading. It's not bad per se, but it's something that we will have to keep in mind. Yeah, just it's not perfect, but it's there, and it's all there for us to enjoy. With that being said, let's go on to my next topic. Alright, so what are we looking at towards the population of the game? Well, the game is a very niche subgenre, battle racing, of course, with mechs. That's very specific, if I do say so myself. So nonetheless, you might expect low numbers compared to other major popular titles, such as Helldivers and Broken Arrow and whatnots. But there still are a good amount of people behind this game, half of which are veterans, coming in from the first game, Cyber Battle Racing, which was from 2016, and it was a mobile game at that. So, those same veterans continue on BreakArts 2. From there on, those same veterans have continued to grow in experience, and along with that experience is research, hours of work, and hours of testing through multiplayer and through single player means, by which they have gracefully shared all that they know with anyone who's willing to listen.
Let's do our best.
And that goes into the next part of the community, the new people, newbies, those who are unfamiliar with the mechanics and principles behind each design that is set out before them. Now, to say that it's not their fault entirely, no, it's because the game has a very high skill ceiling with a very, very hard control system. And not to mention, it's not very easy to grasp either when it comes to learning the basics. So, with that being said, there's a good amount of novices and beginners who decided to jump in on BreakArts 3. So, don't be afraid to jump in yourself, which actually goes into my next topic. Now, in my opinion, BreakArts 3 is probably the best sequel in the series, because it takes everything from BreakArts 1, Cyber Battle Racing, mobile phone game, upgrades it with mechanics of BreakArts 2, puts it together in a neat and folded pattern to where we have this creativity on such a scale that if you wanted to, you can make a bird, you can make a Gundam, you can make mobile armor, you can make funnels, okay? And if you wanted to make drones with daggers attached to them and send them out, you can't do that. No, that's the only thing that doesn't work. But everything else you could probably do. Anyways, I always have to say, in my opinion, BreakArts 3, get it. Get it while it's hot. Get it where it's on sale. Oh, wait, hold on. No, that sale's over. Okay. So, let me rephrase that. Get it when you can afford it. For a measly $20, not including tax, you will be able to enjoy this vast sandbox creativity for mechs. I mean, seriously, why not? Why not? If you're a mech lover, you like racing, you like battling, get it. Try it out. See if you like it. Don't take my word for it. Don't take this whole video for it. Don't take what anybody else says for it. Try it out for yourself. Alright, well, so that's everything for the full, complete breakdown of this wonderful game. Now, I'm going to go ahead and just say, if you did like the video and if you managed to stick around, please give a like button. Hit that subscribe button. And we'll see what we can come up with in this new chapter of Break Arts. This is SRC Guy, signing out.